What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
Is WWE 2K20 Standard Edition on PC worth buying, worth playing? You're about to find out.
Beat to Natalya.
Shot like would make her dad proud. Ric Flair at ringside.
Nate's so proud he was about to get in the ring. Styling and profiling on the outside.
What's up, everybody? Fred Richani, TSC, your home for WWE game news updates, reviews, interviews, and everything in between. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. I'm here to give you guys my thoughts on WWE 2K20 on PC. Decided to pick this up on sale on Steam. I've already reviewed the PS4 version, the Xbox One version. The game has been consistently a step below past WWE titles. So how does this fare compared to the others? Well, first things first, with PC, you'll notice that the frame rate, when it doesn't skip, is a lot better. The graphics tend to be a little bit better, but aesthetically, it still is a step behind any game of this current generation when it comes to major AAA titles, especially sports games. But the nice thing is, depending on your video card, you can raise the quality to 1080p 60 or go all the way up to 4K, although results may vary on how it actually looks in 4K. That being said, it's better in PS4, it's better in Xbox One when it comes to the aesthetics. But what do you get in WWE 2K20? Well, you get a universe mode that is still fully customizable with various dialogue, run-ins, scenarios, setting feuds. You can add NXT, community creations, and everything else. You have new menus that are a little more streamlined, a female MyCareer mode, so you can have a male MyCareer mode, a female MyCareer mode, but unfortunately, it's a little awkward. How is it awkward? Well, the dialogue, the unlikable protagonists, the graphics. Well, I can keep going on and on, but I'd rather have y'all just listen.
It truly is a historic day. I don't think I've seen you dressed up since our senior prom.
Oh yeah, our one and only date together because no one else would go with us?
I remember showing up in that sweet homemade $1 million man suit. Didn't you wear a Kane mask? No wonder we couldn't get dates.
To be fair, the theme of the prom was a masquerade.
Still weird.
You have the list, right?
No, I thought you had it.
Seriously?
I put it in the safe just like you told me to. Man, the way you treat that thing, you'd think it was the Magnet Carta.
Did you say magnet?
Yeah, it's some really old, valuable magnet, right?
Just get it out of there.
I'm gonna take that marker, bring it to your grandmother's nursing home, and cross out parts of her chart so when the nurse goes to give her turn-down service, she won't know to flip her over. That's right, I'm gonna give your grandmother bed sores.
What is wrong with you?
Calm down, deep breaths, maybe we can talk this out.
I'm done talking. Ah!
This is what happens when you mess with the captain of the wrestling team. What are you gonna do? Hit me with a steel chair? Put me through a table?
Hit her with the chair. Hit her. I'm going to get help.
That was brutal. Never mind the fact that the mouths barely move when you talk to certain WWE superstars when you're in the lobby. Just look at AJ Styles and Natalya.
Oh, it is starting to sink in, though.
Just this morning, I was thinking about that time we faced each other in a Falls Count Anywhere match.
Thanks, Natty. I know we had some differences over the years, but we always worked them out in the ring.
Yeah, except that one time we got into it backstage.
That is straight out of PS1, PS2 level graphics and dialogue. What in the blue hell? Now, the nice thing with MyCareer is it does give you a lot of objectives. It is quite long to complete. So if you need something to do during this quarantine, it's not bad in terms of time wasting. But unfortunately, the game does get a little repetitive with the gameplay. It is a little glitchy. The targeting is off here and there. I would definitely say from a gameplay and graphics perspective, it is a step below last year's WWE 2K19. However, there's more. You do have the 2K Towers mode, which has returned, which is a glorified gauntlet. That's still pretty fun. For 2K Showcase, you have the Four Horsewomen, and compared to the PS4 and Xbox One versions, I know this is a very, very low bar, but I'm happy to report that I barely ran into any glitches in the 2K Showcase mode, whereas with the PS4 version, the Xbox One version, I could barely get through the first round of objectives because the targeting was completely off. And while the targeting and gameplay is still a bit awkward and the reversal system and submission system at times are a little bit clunky, I was able to get through it on PC. Again, the game does not look great. It may hurt your eyes. You may say, oh my God, this game looks like crap. I want a refund from Steam ASAP. But if you can get over that, there is a lot of content and you could relive all the great moments of Sasha Banks, Charlotte Flair, Bayley, and the man, Becky Lynch. As for the commentary, it's as boring as ever.
Strange game plan for sure, but heck,
Will it be victorious?
The referees, that count is still super slow. The WWE 2K20 roster is a bit outdated as well. Granted, this game came out in October, but there were still wrestlers that changed gimmicks slightly before then, such as Bayley, but she's still the hugger in this game. It's not a huge deal. There is a nice little free hack you could use, which is Community Creations. That's the creation section created by the WWE 2K gamers, where you can download some of the latest edits. And the cool thing, too, is you could also download wrestlers, belts, arenas that are not in WWE, such as All Elite Wrestling's Cody Rhodes and Kenny Omega. As for the rest of the modes, they're not bad. You have the Backstage Brawl, the multi-person matches, the Battle Royales, the Hell in a Cells. I'll say this, on PC, the multi-person matches actually run a lot smoother than they do on PS4 and Xbox One. So on PC, there certainly seems to be more capacity for people in the ring, whether you're doing a Battle Royal, Royal Rumble, etc. There are some other minor annoyances I have. For example, in Universe Mode, SmackDown is still on Tuesdays. Yes, you can move it to Friday, but it doesn't have the logos and everything else. There's a lot of stuff you have to do in WWE 2K20 yourself. If you want to have an authentic experience of 2020 WWE, you're probably going to have to go on Community Creations. You're probably going to have to customize the hell out of Universe Mode, but it also gets a little bit repetitive and you get to the point where you say, okay, you know what? Screw it. I don't care if this is outdated. I just want to play the freaking game. But from top to bottom, this game has a ton of content. A lot to choose from. The only problem with the content is it does get repetitive. The gameplay is a little laggy, and in general, it just lags behind WWE 2K19, and I'm mind-boggled. WWE 2K19 looks newer, looks smoother. I know they got rid of Ukes or have stopped really using Ukes as a developer. At the end of the day, most gamers that are buying this don't freaking care about the logistics. They just want a functional game that looks good, that looks like something that belongs in the year 2020. And unfortunately, WWE 2K20 doesn't look like that. So what's the verdict?
In a frightening arc, Ember Moon is a legit threat here in WWE.
Graphically, I give WWE 2K20 a 5 out of 10. Not a good-looking game at all. Some entrances like Triple H and The Undertaker will always look cool no matter how crappy the rest of the game looks. But even with PC, even with a good graphics card, this still lags behind current AAA titles, especially in the sports space. Frame rate issues vary from time to time, but again, nothing like I had compared to PS4 and Xbox One, where it would lag, it would freeze, it would skip. The only thing it did have was when I initially played, the game crashed, but happy to report that hasn't happened again yet. Gameplay, I give WWE 2K20 on PC a 6 out of 10. It's perfectly fine. It's not great. It's more or so dull. Nothing spectacular. Nothing that's going to wow you. Nothing that's going to make you say, oh my goodness gracious, this was such a great challenge. Content, I give WWE 2K20 a 7 out of 10. Now, it has a lot of content, and if you're under quarantine like most of the world right now, you need something to do. You need something to play. This has plenty to choose from. Again, the problem goes back to the aesthetics, which don't look that great, and the gameplay, which gets very repetitive. So it does give you a lot of content, especially if you end up buying the Backstage Pass or the deluxe edition that comes with all the DLC. There are plenty of challenges and game modes, including online, plus you got Community Creations. But again, the game has the potential to get real dull, real fast. Some weird issues with the game as well, where Kofi Kingston's announced as the World Heavyweight Champion instead of the WWE Champion. If you do Community Creations and download a championship, sometimes it'll come up as a blank black leather strap. Plus, there's weird time gaps where if you're playing MyCareer mode, they're talking about winning the Divas Championship, yet in their dreams, they're dreaming about wrestling in the 1998 Raw Arena. Just wacky stuff. And overall, the game is kind of wacky, not so much in a good way, but hey, it does give you a lot to do, especially when you're on lockdown.
There he goes. What a win for Triple H.
TSC Gaming gives WWE 2K20 Standard Edition on PC an overall score of 6 out of 10. Personally, I feel like that's almost a little too generous. The PC version is meeting a higher bar than the Xbox One and PS4. Unfortunately, that doesn't say much, and I would strongly recommend 2K to get their ish together. Please like, share, don't forget to subscribe and enable notifications for more WWE game updates, reviews, interviews, and everything in between. And until next time, everybody, as always, enjoy the games and please stay safe.
Hello, I am Elias. And as the man who holds the power of the wind in his fist, I've got one question for everybody here tonight. Who wants to walk with Elias? Now, I have been all across the world. I've been to Paris, I've been to Italy, all across Europe, South America, South Africa, you name it. Elias has been there, and it has brought me here tonight. And it seems everywhere I go, no matter what I do, a universal truth follows me. And I am certain that everyone here knows it. It is that WWE stands for. I said WWE stands for. Well, I gotta tell you, I certainly came prepared with a song tonight, but before I get started, I need you all to do a few things for me. I need you to silence your cell phones, hold your applause, and shut your mouths. I'm waiting for a town that's not such a disgrace. But I see so many stupid people, I wanna punch them in the face. I'm waiting for a town that's not such a disgrace. But I see so many stupid people, I wanna punch them in the face.